Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back today for another video. Now in today's video, I want to go over what's actually going on with the island, as well as cover a couple of popular rumors and theories that are going on right now for what might happen later in Season 6. If you guys enjoyed the video, I would really suggest going ahead and dropping a like, as well as subscribing to the channel. That would be much appreciated. And also turn on those notifications. Tap that bell if you're new around here. We have a ton of information coming your way almost daily with Fortnite. Long, in-depth videos telling you exactly what's up, so definitely you don't want to miss out. And with that said guys, let's go ahead and get straight into it, shall we? We are getting a new weapon for Fortnite Battle Royale in the near future. It is the Quad Launcher, and here you can see it is on screen. It says quickly fire up to 4 rockets to blanket an area with explosive damage. So clearly this is going to be a high-powered rocket launcher that lets you shoot 4 different rockets in rapid succession. I'm really curious about 2 things. One, if it will change the cap rate in some way for rockets. Like, will this be so incredibly overpowered that they have to nerf the amount of rockets that you can hold when you're using this weapon? And I know they already did that a while ago, and you know, to be honest with you, I don't foresee that happening, but it's definitely a realistic possibility. From gameplay that I've seen on Save the World, and I know it's not exactly a great way to try to translate how it's gonna be in this version of the game, but in Save the World, it is a rocket launcher that's pretty powerful, but one single rocket launcher bullet or shot is not going to be as powerful as, say, from an RPG. It's the same thing as semi-auto snipers versus bolt action snipers. The bolt action snipers are going to do more damage because you can't spray them as much, and that wouldn't be fair. I'm excited to see how this goes over and how this plays out within Fortnite Battle Royale, because I know if there's one thing I've learned, it's to try not to compare how weapons do in Save the World versus how well they actually do in Battle Royale, because it's very tough and there's not really a correlation. So honestly, it's anybody's bet as to how good this weapon is actually going to be. It's going to be coming out within the next day or two with the upcoming 6.1 update. So as you guys know, it has basically been confirmed that there's going to be a new Halloween 2018 event for Fortnite Battle Royale over the course of this month sometime, and obviously everybody has been speculating, trying to figure out what exactly it's going to be, and I've actually got a pretty nice proposal, a pretty nice theory that I think makes a lot of sense, and I want to of course get your thoughts on it as always. This particular upcoming Reddit theory is courtesy of user Bobsled Barlson. Everything here is being read basically off of his theory, and I'll be sure to link it down below if you want to check it out. It's quite long, and I'm obviously not going to be covering everything, but I think it makes a lot of sense. First, he starts by pointing out that it looks like Loot Lake is draining. Obviously, there is a big whirlwind in the middle of Loot Lake sucking down the water, and it does look like, sure enough, Loot Lake is draining, even by just a little bit. If you look at some of the edges of the map, it definitely looks like the water has receded a little bit, so there's that. He goes on to say the in-game Halloween event is going to be when the cube activates in the last corrupted zone, aka the final rune site. Once it gets there, it would make the entire map spooky and dark and activate a permanent night mode. The drained water from Loot Lake would then be used as rain to have a permanent rainy dark map for Halloween. And finally, he talks about an addition to loot llamas for Halloween that would make them evil loot llamas. They would possibly be able to spawn alongside normal loot llamas or be changed to just evil loot llamas that might even contain weapons, because as it sits now, the chances of a loot llama dropping a weapon is extremely low. All very, very good ideas. I love to read Reddit. I really do. I think it's one of the best ways for the community to get together and discuss things intelligently. It's where a lot of the theories that I talk about here on this channel originate from, just because there's so many bright minds over there, and honestly, it's awesome. If you're not already on the Fortnite Battle Royale subreddit, I would definitely suggest it. It is just awesome for so many reasons. Speaking of Reddit, I have another post I want to show you here by user LXIIR. He says, based on the island's latest movements, it appears the final resting place will be right in the middle of the island in the center rune. As you can see, it started in Loot Lake, headed west, then headed south, then headed east, and if it keeps moving along on this projected path, this is what it will look like, and it will end just southwest of the Dusty Divot and just northwest of Salty Springs. In this theory, he is saying he thinks the middle area, the final rune site, is going to be the resting place and the area that the volcano will be formed at. Of course, we can't rule out that volcano event from happening. It was rumored to have happened with the cube event in Loot Lake. Obviously, that didn't happen, but it very well could still happen. I mean, I know I've said this before, but I'm just gonna say it again. The island looks like a volcano that is being held upside down. The post goes on to say the cube, aka Kevin as the kids are calling him these days, is just gonna drop the island on the ground in the middle rune site, and from there fissure vents would appear. Fissure vents are just essentially huge cracks in the ground that are formed from like earthquakes or volcanic activity. In this case, it would obviously be volcanic activity. There's actually a banner in the create a banner screen on Fortnite that looks very much like a fissure crack, which is exactly what we're referring to here, so I wonder if that's in any way an Easter egg or an indication, a hint of some kind about what's to happen in the future. Who knows, man? All I know is Epic Games usually has a reason for most things that they put into the game intentionally. The 6.1 update is scheduled to release in a couple of days. It could be tonight, I don't know. They usually would announce it by now, but it could be tomorrow, it could be the next day, who knows, but it is very soon. I wonder if we will get something big happening with this update, because it's the first really serious update, major update, since Season 6 was released. I wonder if there will be a continuing pattern of more and more Halloween decorations around the map, like we've seen in the past week or two. I wonder if we'll get just full-on decorations, like an entire city just covered in Halloween decorations. Like, imagine Tilted, but it's just completely Halloween themed. I think that would be insane, and that would just be a complete, you know, nice change of pace. You know, if you land Tilted, it's technically the same place. It's Tilted Towers. You know it, I know it, everyone knows what it is, but it's just nice on the eye because it's a little bit of a different scenery. It's a nice scenery change. It looks different. It just makes it feel like it's fresh, even though it's not necessarily. So I think it would be nice if there was an entire area or place on the map that was just full on decked out with Halloween decorations. I've got a question for you guys, and let me know your answers in the comment section down below as always, but here it is. Are you excited for this upcoming Fortnitemares / Halloween event for 2018 in Fortnite? I think it could be really good. Depending on what goes on, it could be a fantastic event. Now, my hope is there will be challenges that will allow you to unlock things, very much like what we saw with the birthday event we saw this past summer. Imagine if there were challenges that you could use to unlock a specific back bling or a glider or even a skin. If they really loved us, they'd let us get a nice skin. Like, I can imagine some really sick Halloween skins. Like, imagine like the Headless Horseman or someone with a giant jack-o'-lantern head. I think that'd be sick. I think that'd be a really cool one. I just hope the event is good and worth everyone's while without having to spend any money at all. I think that's the way seasonal events should be. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like down below, as well as subscribe to the channel if you're brand new, so you can be fully up to date every time something happens in Fortnite, and I'll get you the news as fast as possible. Hope you have a great rest of your day or night wherever you're watching, whenever you're watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out, guys.